Good morning, everybody. So I wanted to get up here and discuss libido supplements because I was just gifted some by what is called Hello Wisp. And they're a company that are focusing on sexual health medication, STD medication, better sex medication. So they have libido supplements for both women and men. They have what's called Oh My God cream, which is the female version of Viagra, which is being delivered to my house today, according to UPS. So I wanted to go over a few, this specifically because I have it in my hands, but also about just feeling like you have a decrease in your sex drive and whether or not that is normal, some educational information on that, and then jumping into the supplements because yes, I am going to take these as kind of a test run. So is having a decrease in your libido and your sex drive normal? Absolutely. There are, everyone in their entire life at some point or another has had a drop in libido. And there are a lot of things that can contribute to a drop in libido as well. It could be you just don't feel good in your body. Maybe you've gained a little weight. Maybe you're not as active as you used to be. Maybe you're going out more on the weekends. You're just not feeling really good in your body. When you don't feel good in your body, you don't want people to see you naked, right? It could be hormonal imbalances that are happening within your body. It could be stress, overwhelm. It could be the fact that you feel like you and your partner aren't connecting intimately on other levels, which makes it harder to connect intimately within the bedroom. Other contributing factors can be certain medications, anti-anxiety, anti-depression type of medications, sometimes high blood pressure medications. Always consult your doctor if you believe your medications are starting to cause a decrease in your sex drive and or libido. Age is also another determining factor of the decrease in libido because as women hit postmenopausal, their estrogen levels drop. As men get older, their testosterone levels drop. It's hormonal drops. And so sometimes your libido drops with it. In general, I guess some sex facts or some libido facts you should know. Men tend to be at their sexual peak in their, late 20s to about early 30s. Women are kind of the opposite. Women's sexual peaks tend to happen older in age, typically their late 30s to their mid 40s, 50s, sometimes upwards. And I think there are a lot of societal contributing factors to the fact that men are allowed to feel pleasure. So in their younger age, when their testosterone levels are at its highest, they allow themselves the permission to explore that pleasure on so many levels. And with women, we are put underneath more conditioning of our pleasure doesn't matter, or there is something to be shameful or guilty about it, or we don't want to be slutty. And as we get older, we start breaking down those societal beliefs because we start recognizing what bullshit they are. And then we get more confident with our bodies as we get older because once again, we're breaking down societal beliefs and generational conditioning. And therefore our sex drive increases because our own self-worth, our own value increases as well. Other contributing factors can be certain medications, anti-anxiety, anti-depression type of medications, sometimes high blood pressure medications. Always consult your doctor if you believe your medications are starting to cause a decrease in your sex drive and or libido. Age is also another determining factor of the decrease in libido because as women hit postmenopausal, their estrogen levels drop. As men get older, their testosterone levels drop. It's hormonal drops. And so sometimes your libido drops with it. In general, I guess some sex facts or some libido facts you should know. Men tend to be at their sexual peak in their, late 20s to about early 30s. Women are kind of the opposite. Women's sexual peaks tend to happen older in age, typically their late 30s to their mid 40s, 50s, sometimes upwards. And I think there are a lot of societal contributing factors to the fact that men are allowed to feel pleasure. So in their younger age, when their testosterone levels are at its highest, they allow themselves the permission to explore that pleasure on so many levels. And with women, we are put underneath more conditioning of our pleasure doesn't matter, or there is something to be shameful or guilty about it, or we don't want to be slutty. And as we get older, we start breaking down those societal beliefs because because we start recognizing what bullshit they are. And then we get more confident with our bodies as we get older, because once again, we're breaking down societal beliefs and generational conditioning, and therefore our sex drive increases because our own self-worth, our own value increases as well. Moral of the story, there can be so many contributing factors to the reason that you feel that your libido has decreased, and that is normal. It's okay. It is also safe to seek treatment professionally by, like I said, going to see a doctor and or a counselor. A lot of times a decrease in libido, I don't want to say doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the body, because if your body has been changing, it definitely has something to do with that. But a lot of times it's mental. You are struggling with something, you are feeling overwhelmed, you are stressed out, you're feeling stuck in your life, you're feeling incompetent. And because of that, your libido is like the last thing you ever it doesn't register, right? Because you are so far into survival mode. And this part is called the freeze. When we are talking about survival mode, we hear a lot about fight or flight, right? You either fight to stand your ground or you run away to be safe. But what we don't really hear a lot is about freeze. Freeze is, think of it like a possum. When the predator is coming at you, you physically freeze, you play dead in order to survive, because the predator doesn't want something that's already dead. And so when we take this into the context of sex, and we take this into the context of intimacy, connection, and relationship, what this looks like is when a person is feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, stuck in life, and they feel like they just need to survive. And in order to survive, they basically have to shut down intimately in order to get to the next day, to get through things. And the first thing that gets shut down is intimacy and pleasure, because you believe you don't need that in order to survive. And there are people who can be stuck in freeze for literal years, which is so sad, because you convince yourself that you don't need sex in order to survive, right? I don't need to feel that intimacy. I don't need to feel that connection. They stop touching themselves. They've stopped everything, right? It's not just they stop having sex with their partner. It's they stop believing in themselves, and they stop being part of their body, and they treat their body like it's a separate entity, right? Like it's just a vessel in order to survive in. And there are so many fucking people who go through this every single day of the year. So if you are in freeze mode, you are not alone. You are completely normal. It happens to literally millions of people, and getting out of it takes time and patience and work, right? It takes teamwork. If you are in a partnership, if your partner is in freeze mode, it takes time, patience, and teamwork to get them out for both of you. And this is because if your partner is in freeze and you pressure them or put pressure on them in order to start having sex again or connecting intimately sexually, that actually pushes them further away from you. And this shows up as your partner being like, it's not about you. I just don't even want to have sex. It's not on my radar. I don't even feel it. I don't want pleasure. And it's because your body is just like completely shut down. And it takes you two having to work collectively as a pair in order to help that one person who is in freeze rediscover self-pleasure, rediscover pleasure in general. And we're not just talking about sexual pleasure, we're talking about pleasure throughout the day as well, to be able to start touching themselves again, to be able to start connecting intimately with their partner again outside of the bedroom first, to start helping them get and take away all of the overwhelm, or at least balance out the overwhelm, anxiety, and stress that they are feeling. And sometimes people can do this together collectively as a couple. Sometimes they need to seek counseling in order to do it. If you and your partner are going through this could be an entire fucking 45-minute topic. Training on its own, I just suggest going to seek professional help in order to, bridge the gap of communication, because it is I don't want to say it's an exhausting process, because it's absolutely fucking worth it. It is a long process. I went through it too. It was shitty, like full personal, like transparency. I went through it. I think it was like 2019, 2020, pandemic, like full fucking shutdown. I wouldn't even let my friends hug me. Like it was full fucking shutdown. And it took me probably at least a year, if not almost a year and a half, to get out of it and to, I guess, become this person I am today. And in full transparency, if you are the person who is not in freeze mode, you have to understand that the person in freeze mode, it is the literal shittiest feeling in the entire world. Like, it's not about you, and it's so hard to not make it about their partner, but it's not about you. But trust me, your hurt is not, I don't want to say that's so wrong. I don't want to invalidate your hurt. It is so hurtful to be the person in freeze and to feel like you literally can't connect with anybody intimately because you literally just can't even. I can't even describe it. It's such a terrible fucking feeling, and it's such a alone feeling, and it's a feeling like you are sitting in the middle of a room and you have walls all around you and there's a door right fucking there, and you know you can walk out that door at any moment, but you literally physically cannot stand up to get to that door. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. It is a terrible fucking feeling from someone who was in it for so long. It is so bad. And so if you're someone whose partner is experiencing that, please have patience, kindness, love, gentleness, just fucking compassion and grace towards that person, and understand, try not to take it so personally, because sometimes it's not about you at all. Getting sidetracked as usual. So if you are someone who is experiencing a decrease in libido, first rule of thumb, go get checked out by your doctor to make sure it is nothing hormonal. Number 2, if the doctor says you good, you clear, start looking at your life and saying, what is causing me stress, overwhelm, panic, anxiety about sex? Then take it one thing at a time too, like, because I know my overachieving people. I get it. I am one too. You try to tackle the entire fucking list at once and you half-ass everything. So take it one step at a time. If it's the fact that your partner is not helping out in some way, shape, or form, it is about sitting down and communicating to that partner where you need their support, and especially accepting their help and support, you martyr ass bitch. And I say that as myself too. I'm a martyr too. So it's about relinquishing control. It's about accepting help when people are there to help you. It is about learning to decrease things on your plate, how to manage anxiety, how to manage depression, which is also about seeking mental health experts if you need them. The next thing you want to do is start reconnecting with your body again, either literally physically touching your body, wearing clothes that make your body feel good, focusing on your body, even if it's not where you want it to be currently. Like, it's never going to get there if you were treating your body like shit by calling yourself ugly or fat or any of those fucking beautiful terms that we call each other. So you want to make sure that you start just feeling good in your body again. Then you start rediscovering pleasure in a sexual way, right? With yourself first. And then after that, you start reconnecting with your partner intimately outside of the bedroom. This looks like, I don't know, hand holding. So fucking simple. Such a good way to connect intimately. People don't do it. When you're walking with your partner, putting your hand on their back, putting your hand through their hair. I am a big like face toucher person. Like, when I feel like if someone's talking to me and they like kind of hold my face or like put their hand on my face, that's a way to connect intimately. Eye contact is a way to connect intimately. Opening up and being vulnerable with each other is a way to connect intimately. Saying, I love you, I miss you, yada yada, or this is what I'm feeling and I'm scared about this. Like, that's a way to connect intimately, all outside of the bedroom. And then eventually, when both partners are ready, you start trying to increase your ability to connect intimately in the bedroom. And this takes, once again, time, patience, and effort. Other ways to help increase your libido are those standard ways of just feeling better in your body, which is try to start eating better. Stop drinking as much as you normally do. If you smoke, cut back, cut out. If you do any drugs, same thing. It is about trying to just be a little bit more active during your day. It is dressing in clothes that make you feel good and sexy. And that doesn't mean dressing in like outlandish fucking clothes that are uncomfortable as fuck, right? Either. Like, we all have to figure out our own level of sexy and what feels good on us. And I am in I'm in sweats, a t-shirt, fucking a shirt with my hair done. I feel sexy as fuck. I feel beautiful today. And that's okay. It doesn't need to be something like so outlandish either. It's just about how can you make yourself feel better in your body a little bit every single day. And also, and maybe I'm going to speak on behalf of women, and if you don't relate to this, that's okay, but a lot of the women I speak to relate to this. My libido directly correlates with how I feel seen in a partnership with a person. And what I mean by that is if a specific person that I am with makes me feel seen, valued, wanted, appreciated, all of those things. If my partner makes me feel that way, I want to fuck them all the time. My libido increases. Why? Because they're making me feel good. And exactly the opposite, like when I don't feel good, when I am struggling with a partner and or we're going through some shit, my libido drops significantly. I think a lot of women's libido directly correlates to how they feel. And so if you're struggling with that and you know it's because your partner's not treating you in a specific or certain way, this is where having that conversation comes into play. Once again, being vulnerable with your partner and saying, I'm not feeling seen, wanted, valued, heard, appreciated, loved in this relationship, and we need to talk about it because I want to feel all those things, and when I feel all of those things, that's when I want to have sex. And now let's get into the discussion about supplements, because there are a lot of supplements on the market when it comes to helping increase their libido. And I am specifically partnering with Hello Wisp on their supplements because they're more of all natural supplements. They're not chock full of bullshit, which I think is amazing. Okay, so the main ingredient is a plant ingredient called tribulus, and basically what it does is it helps balance out your hormones and optimize blood flow. And we know when it comes to the state of arousal, blood flow is key, because if you are not feeling blood flow to the genitalia, you are not becoming aroused, you are not wanting to have sex. So the other ingredients are zinc, vitamin E, maca root, fenugreek, Korean ginseng, ginger root. So nothing fucking scary or crazy in there, which was a reason I agreed to talk about these pills. Their website works like a basic pharmacy. You go in, they have you take a quiz of like what your symptoms are, what you're looking for. You get like a general like health background. They have doctors that check it, and then you get cleared to get the prescription, which I'll put in quotes. But then it gets sent to you at your door. They come in a 90-day supply. So as you can see, I had to rip the label off this bottle for a video, but we have 3 different pills, and you take 2 pills a day for 90 days. So I'm going to read the bottle to you. It says supplement facts is 2 capsules per day. Serving per container is 30. So 1 bottle is 30 days. Zinc has 11 milligrams, vitamin E, 15 milligrams, maca root, 500 milligrams, fenugreek, where I lost my spot, 300 milligrams, Korean ginseng, 250 milligrams, ginger root, 100 milligrams, and the plant that I am now fucking blanking on how to pronounce, 100 milligrams. Plus side is too, they're not like super huge, massive, like horse pills either. My multivitamin is like 3 times the size of this, and I can't stand it, but I take it every single day. So they're small. They don't have any like really bad smell to them. Also my multivitamin smells terrible. But I am going to test these out because I feel like if I'm talking about them on my platforms, we should give them a go and a try. I would say that I have a moderate to high sex drive, I would say. Definitely dependent on my mood, definitely dependent on my cycle, as I'm sure that is the fact with many vulva owners. There are different times during our cycles that we feel more inclined to have sex than others, and that's because of increases of certain hormones in our body. So I would say I have a decent, I don't want to use the word decent, see that makes me feel like an asshole saying that. I have a good sex drive, but I am still going to try this to see if it does increase my ability to, I don't know, have sex, masturbate, I don't know. We're just going to see how it goes. I'm going to take them for 90 days. I'm going to start today because it's February 1st. It's my birthday month. Happy birthday to me. My birthday's on Saturday. And we're going to see how this goes. So I'm going to take 2 a day for the next 90 days. And then I will check in with you guys throughout the 90 days to just tell you how I am overall feeling and if I feel the pills are worth it. So for a 90-day subscription, it's about $100. But if you are interested in taking them, wait, because I do have a discount code coming that gets you 15% off that order, but I am waiting for approval on the deliverables that they asked me to give them in order to get that coupon code to you. So just hold off buying them right now. And so I just checked with the men's version of this. It's a little different. It's a little different in the fact that you guys have ashwagandha in yours, which is another plant derivative, rather than the tribulus that the female version has. And so yeah, take 2 pills a day and we'll see how it goes. It also says that you can take 2 a day or whenever you need a natural libido boost. I will tell you how I feel by the end of the day if I'm dry humping my chair or some shit. Just kidding. I'll let you know if I'm feeling any type of effect from it. I will let you know my honest to God opinion and review after 90 days. They kind of taste like coffee. They kind of have like a coffee taste to them. Just FYI, they're not hard to swallow. They went down just fine. But yeah, I will touch base with you guys and let you know how it goes over the next 90 days.